Hey you guys, welcome back to What's the 504. If you are new to my channel, welcome to my channel. And if you are returning, welcome back. I am your host, Christy B. Today, you guys, this is a really sad story. This one is hard for me to take in. This particular case involves a 23-year-old mom who gave birth to twins not quite 2 months ago. And authorities were called. Our 911 call was placed, and these two twin babies, mind you, these are 46. They said the babies are only 6 weeks old, about 46. I think they said 46 days. So the babies were only 6 weeks old, and these are twins, a boy and a girl, Dakota and Dallas. This hits me hard because I am a mother to twins. I have twin girls, and so I know firsthand how overwhelming it can be to try to take care of two babies at one time. I've had people that say, okay, well, if somebody has a baby and then they have a baby in the same year, then that's kind of like having twins. But actually, it's not really, because with twins, you have two babies who are at the same stage in life. They need the same exact things. Both need the same exact things. It's not the same as having maybe like a newborn and like a 9 or 10 month old, where they're at the point where they can hold their own bottle, they can sit up, they're crawling and getting around. They're a little bit more independent than caring for two babies who are the same age. I mean, in the beginning, it's challenging to get them to get on the set schedule for their feeding times and their sleep times. And I know when I had my twins, for the most part in the daytime, it was just me. And, it can get very overwhelming. I mean, you're sleep deprived. You are, one baby might get up and then you feed that baby and then you put that one down to sleep. And now the other one has gotten up and that one's ready to be fed. And it was kind of like this ping pong thing. But then you would have times where, okay, they're both up at the same time. So now they both need to be fed. But if you're the only one home, so then you got to juggle and get creative on how to feed two crying babies at the same time, and the diapers have to be changed. And let's not even get on the subject of if they get like a stomach virus, which that actually happens to me. Yes, my twins had a stomach virus at the same damn time, and let me tell you, changing diapers, I was changing diapers like every 30 minutes. It was ridiculous. Okay, it was ridiculous. So during the daytime hours, I was home with the babies and I was by myself. And let me tell you, so I can definitely relate to this mom in that instance if she was the only one caring for her children nonstop. Okay. I definitely don't condone with what she did at all, but I just want to acknowledge that there are some big challenges when you are a first time parent, and it's challenging for someone to have one baby. Imagine two babies at one time that need to be fed and changed and all these different factors, and you have it double. So I can relate in that instance that, yeah, it can definitely get overwhelming. And, you might have to go off to a room and lock yourself in and cry for a little bit and then, come back out and you're good. But this mom didn't do that. And that's what breaks my heart here. So you have two 6-week-old newborn babies, okay, 6 weeks old. They're not even 2 months. Newborn babies, a boy and a girl, Dakota and Dallas. And this took place in New York. So this is a 23-year-old mom who killed her babies. She killed her babies, okay? So what happened is a welfare check was called. So a relative called 911 because they apparently went over to the home, and I guess she didn't answer the door. The mom's name is what is it, Deja, I believe it is. I'll get more information in a minute. But a relative went to the house, and I guess maybe she wasn't like answering the door, so they were concerned. So they called 911, and when police came out, of course, they went and they entered and they found one of the babies. They found the boy in the crib, and he was deceased. Okay, and then they asked her, the mom, like, well, where's your daughter? Where's the other baby? And they found the baby wrapped up in a blanket under the sink, also deceased. If I were on that police team, I don't even know how they could even stand the look of that. Like, that is one of the most just hardest things to even see. Like, they weren't even given a chance. Oh my God, it's just horrible, horrible, horrible. Please, you guys, if you are stressed out, if you're a new mom, please ask for help. If you don't have relatives, call around, Google, see if there are places that offer assistance to new parents. Or if that's not an option, just close yourself off in a room for 10 or 15 minutes. Okay, close yourself off in a room for 10 or 15 minutes. Take some deep breaths, rejuvenate for a minute, and then come back out. Okay, that's the best advice I can give. Then come back out and work with your baby. That's the best advice I can give. But let me go ahead and get into this story. So it says a 23-year-old woman faces murder charges in the death of her 6-week-old twins, officials said. A 23-year-old woman was charged on Friday with killing her 6-week-old twins, a boy and a girl, who were found dead in a Queens apartment the day before, officials said. The woman, Deja Kilpatrick, faces murder charges in the deaths of the newborns, Dallis and Dakota Bentley, officials said. She was in custody and awaiting arraignment on Friday. Ms. Kilpatrick's arrest came a day after police officers answering a 911 call found the babies dead in the 5th-floor apartment at the Woodside Houses, a public housing complex in the Woodside neighborhood, officials said. One of the infants was in a crib and was unresponsive with trauma to the body. David P. Barrere, the police department's chief of housing, said at a news briefing late Thursday. The other was found wrapped in a blanket under the kitchen sink, Chief Barrere said. Investigators found a knife in the apartment and determined that one of the children may have had stab wounds. Sergeant Carlos Neves of the police department's public information office said on Thursday. Ms. Kilpatrick also faces charges of criminal possession of a weapon. The 911 call came from a relative who was concerned about the children's safety and was outside the apartment when police officers and fire department personnel arrived and knocked on the door. Kilpatrick let them in, he said. After finding the child in the crib, officers asked Ms. Kilpatrick about the second child. She pointed towards the sink, he said. Sergeant Neves said on Thursday that Ms. Kilpatrick had made statements and spontaneous utterances when the police arrived. Except for the summons, Ms. Kilpatrick did not appear to have a criminal record, Chief Barrere said. A spokesman for New York City's Child Welfare Agency, the Administration for Children's Services, said it was investigating the case along with the police. Well, duh. Okay, duh. A mother and daughter who said they lived next door to the apartment where Ms. Kilpatrick lived with the infants, described occasionally hearing adults arguing in the unit, but said there was no evidence that children were living there. Now, mind you, she had only been living there like a month. All of this happened in like a month. So pretty much right after she had the twins, she moved into this apartment that was apparently a part of her, like another friends or relatives that were deceased. She moved into this apartment, and within a month, she's murdered her twins. And, this is just crazy. But let me finish. Okay? It says no evidence of children. There was no evidence that children were actually living there, according to what the neighbors said. The next door neighbors, who declined to give their name, said Miss Kilpatrick had moved in last month and was related to the longtime previous tenants, a woman who died in February after a battle with cancer, and her husband, who died several months before that. I'm hearing people yelling and screaming, said one of the women. I never heard children. Ms. Kilpatrick's newborns were the latest infants to die under suspicious circumstances in New York City over the past 6 months. And this is correct because when I was researching this case, I pulled up another case where 2 infants were murdered in like October of last year, and they're still trying to figure out who did it. So this is crazy. Like, what is going on with people are like having babies and then just killing them? Like, I don't understand. Like, I know the pandemic is causing a lot of stress and people, don't really know what their situation's going to be. They're stressed out about bills and money and food and all these different things. But damn, like, these babies didn't ask for this. Like, I don't understand why she couldn't just release the baby to Child Protective Services. Just terminate your age. Just say, hey, I don't want to be a parent. I'm afraid I might hurt them. Here, take them, please. Take them. Because there are a lot of people out there that would love to adopt. There are people out there that can't have kids. So it's just always heartbreaking when you hear about parents that do this, especially to infants. it's always heartbreaking because there's somebody out there that would love to be a parent, love to be a mom or a dad to these children, and it's just like they just cut their lives short because of what they're dealing with or whatever their selfish reasons are, and it's just so not fair. It's so not fair, and just can't imagine doing something like that. Like when you have a baby, it was like such a joyous moment. And I'm not saying because everybody's situation is different. Could be depends on how you feel emotionally, what your relationship is with the father, or vice versa. It's just, that's supposed to be a moment of joy. If everything else around you is falling apart, giving birth to that baby is just such a miracle. It's such a miracle, and it's something that's part of you. And regardless of what's going on around you, that one thing should give you hope. So again, you guys, please, 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 if you are a parent and you are getting stressed out and you have newborns, especially with babies, please just step away. Lock yourself in a room for 10 or 15 minutes. Take some deep breaths. Try to, you know, do what you can to remain grounded or bring yourself back down to a calm state and then go back and deal with the baby. I know it can be stressful. I've been there. I trust me, I know it can be very overwhelming, you guys. So I wanted to bring this information to light, you guys. Also, I would like to start kind of giving you like some tips as far as ways to make extra income if you're an independent parent. So keep a lookout for that. I will be, posting some videos to kind of give some extra like information on where you can possibly get like extra income or what you can do if you're like in a situation where you're not working or you're trying to figure out where to get some money from to take care of some things. Okay, you guys. So again, thank you so much for checking out What's the 504. Again, I am your host, Christy B. If you have not done so far, please go ahead and click the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, you guys. And hitting the thumbs up helps the algorithm, helps the video get out there, helps more people to see the video and bring about more awareness to what's going on in the community, what's going on in the Black community, especially, you guys. Okay, and I definitely want to say rest in peace to DMX. There's been so much going on this past few weeks. I definitely want to say rest in peace to DMX. He was a very, very large part of my college years. Rough Riders, Eve, like I was definitely hurt when I found out that he passed. So definitely rest in peace and condolences to his family, you guys. Okay, you guys, please be safe out there, and I will see you in my next video. Okay, you guys, thank you so much. Smooches.